For the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Eternal God, our Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for each of our scholarship recipients that are here today. We thank you that as we go into this summer, we ask that you continue to keep our children safe, continue to cover our police and fire, and continue to cover every teacher that will be going on their summer break. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you. Clerk Golick, roll call, please.
Alexander.
Present.
Spitali.
Here.
Kowinski.
Here.
Salinas.
Here.
Tyler.
Here.
Emerson.
Here.
Warple.
Here.
Rakos.
Here.
Vanez.
Here. Let the record show 9 present, 0 absent. Mayor's address. Good evening, Mayor.
Hi, councilors. Good to see you. This is my address for June 8th, 2026. Lots been going on lately. I see TV cameras in the back of the city council chamber. It usually means something's going on. So I'm going to start with the obvious right now. It's not news to anybody, but on Friday, I think we had probably one of the biggest days in the history of our proud city when the Chicago Bears chose Hammond, Indiana as the location of their next home stadium. Obviously, I know. Obviously, being a fan of the Bears, all of us being fans of the Bears, well, most of us being fans of the Bears. Councilman Warple's a Packer fan, unfortunately, but he's pulling for the Bears in this case. But it was an amazing day, amazing process. Months we've been working on this. It's been talked about for months, and to actually be chosen is like hitting the lotto for our city. It's transformational. It's going to completely, people are going to be coming to Hammond, Indiana for Super Bowls, for football games, for concerts. It's pretty amazing. Councilman Mark, your district is amazing. It's a jewel, and in this case, the Bears agreed with us, and I'm so happy to be the mayor, and I want to thank the council very much. Not only for supporting us during the process where we were talking to the Bears, but helping us prepare for the Bears even before we knew the Bears were interested. Over the last 20-something years, acquiring properties, rezoning properties, cleaning up properties, making the area around the Lost Marsh Golf Course what it is right now, and now along comes a multi-billion-dollar company that agrees with us that this is a great location for the Bears' home stadium. So I want to thank a lot of people that partnered with us. Bipartisanship is alive and well in Indiana. It's pretty amazing. Governor Mike Braun offering billions of dollars to the Bears to locate to Hammond, Indiana. I know a lot of people over the years, myself included, have said that Indianapolis doesn't pay attention to Hammond. Indianapolis doesn't pay attention to Northwest Indiana. Within the last year, we already cut the ribbon on a $1 billion train expansion that goes through the heart of our city that benefits Hammond greatly. And now to have the Bears choose Hammond for a multi-billion-dollar project, I'm not going to be able to say that for a long time. The state of Indiana took care of Hammond in this case, and I'm really appreciative to Governor Mike Braun, who put politics aside. If you guys remember, before all this started, I put out a tweet about Governor Braun that went viral. I've never had stuff go viral. Of course, that one did. And he put that aside, and that's a big person, Speaker of the House, Todd Houston, key. Senator Ryan Mishler, key. Jim McGough from the Indiana Finance Authority. Never happens without Jim McGough. All of our local legislators, basically it was unanimous in the Senate, unanimous in the House, basically. A couple votes against it. Senator Todd Young, I ran against Todd Young. He called me, congratulated me, pledged his support. Senator Jim Banks, these are Republicans, big Republicans. Senator Jim Banks reached out, Mayor, if there's anything I could do to help, we're here for you. Congressman Frank Mervan, he and I ran against each other. He's reached out, Mayor, if there's anything I could do to help, just let me know. It's incredible to see all the people that had to work hard to make this happen. It's gratifying, it's incredible. In 2026, this is not the stuff you see. So I just want to thank everybody involved. The Hammond City Council, chief among them. Like I said, come to you guys, talk about the vision we have, but if you don't have the same vision we have, we don't move forward. And it's just an amazing opportunity for us. It's an amazing sequence of events that happened. I don't know if you have any questions. I am limited in some of the things I could talk about But I'm willing to talk, and there is a lot of people watching right now, I'm sure. So I don't know if you all have any questions you want to hit. Hi, Councilman, how you doing?
Good, thank you. How many acres minimum do they require for this to go?
But all along, we've been talking 300 acres. We have more than that, actually, including property that we'll acquire. The stadium itself needs at least 60 just for the stadium itself, and then the surrounding development will be in addition to that. And, you know, a lot of people in Chicago media are criticizing what they thought was a vague wording from the Chicago Bears. I'm not criticizing it. I know why it was vague. I can't talk about that right now. But the Bears are coming to Hammond, Indiana. Okay, I want you to know that. Thanks. It's vague for a lot of complex reasons why the Bears were, but the Bears are working on Hammond right now. I'm happy to see what the Bears are putting into our city right now. We're going to be the home stadium. So 60 acres, Councilman, sorry to go on. Any other questions about that?
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
just to clarify, I look forward to the day I can sit in that stadium and watch the Packers beat the Bears with my grandkids.
Yep. Thank you, Councilman Warple. And by the way, Councilman Warple is a big Packer fan. And the moment we were talking about the possibility of this happening, he was a total supporter. So he put his Packer allegiance aside in this regard. So, Councilman Bill, do you have a question?
I would say go Indiana Bears.
Yeah, that makes people mad. I am very aware that the Bears are not going to call themselves the Indiana Bears. I'm very aware that the Bears aren't going to call themselves the Hammond Bears, although I do think it has a nice ring. They're going to call themselves Chicago Bears, and I'm completely fine with that. I know the state of Indiana is completely fine with that because they'll be coming to you live from the Lost Marsh in Hammond, Indiana when they're doing the Bear games. So.
And you'll
I think
never
that's
leave a
pretty great.
game early either, will you?
What's that?
You'll never leave a game early,
I don't
will
have
you?
to leave that one early. It's 10 minutes away from my house. So I want to keep in mind too, there's hundreds of millions of dollars of infrastructure that's going to be done to improve the traffic patterns, improve the drainage, improve the parking. It's beyond your wildest dreams, especially for Councilman Mark. It's gotten used to the way things have always been up there. It's beyond your wildest dreams. And when we actually can have that press conference and show everybody what we're talking about, it's going to blow your mind. You know, a lot of people are like, what about the traffic? The Bears are a multi-billion-dollar organization. They're doing study after study on the environmental, on the noise, on the smell, on the traffic. They're looking at every possible angle you could look at, and they're still committing to Hammond, Indiana. So I'm very proud of that. I know we have a lot going on, but if there's no other questions about this.
Mayor, just not a question. I know now that this announcement has come out, there's additional conversations that you guys are going to be involved in terms of what this will mean for additional economic development and opportunities to partner with the Bears organization, especially what it might mean for, maybe even additional investments in our city, in our infrastructure, of course, potentially even in our schools. I would just like to offer myself up to be a part of those conversations.
Thank you.
It crosses like a lot of different passion projects of mine. I think you know that. So we'd love to be a part of those conversations if at all you need, somebody
I
from the council
appreciate
to
it,
be a part.
Councilman. I don't want to paint a picture like I'm the one negotiating on behalf of the state right now, because I'm not. Jim McGough is the lead negotiator. Speaker of the House is very involved. Jim McGough represents the governor, and I check in with him almost daily. But he is, once we have this firmly ironed out, Councilman, it's going to be the locals ourselves. We're going to be able to talk to him about opportunities like that. But right now, I'm monitoring through Jim. Jim is outstanding. I've called this guy 36 times at all hours of the day, every day of the week, and he picks up every time you call him. So the guy's amazing. He's one of the big reasons why this happens. Yeah, I'm not sure if anybody has any other questions about the Bears. I can go through my normal report then? Okay, good. All right. Mayor's schedule summary of the last 2 weeks. Met with Hammond businessman Rohit Patel about possibly opening up new hotels in the city, Hammond. It was a good meeting. Met with President of Hermit's Baseball along with Hammond Parks and Councilman Mark Owinski regarding possible redesign of Hermit's baseball fields. Interviewed by Inside Indiana Business regarding the possibility of the Chicago Bears relocating their home field to Hammond, Indiana. Attended a swearing-in ceremony for new Hammond firefighters. And 2 promotions. The 2 promotions, the Battalion Chief, Thomas A. Markovich, promoted to South BC, South Battalion Chief, And Brian Williams promoted to Battalion Chief Inspector. Congratulations to those two for their promotions. Probationary firefighters were also sworn in. Timothy Jenkins, Noah Angel, Trey Cook, Ethan Lucas, Marcus Aguilar, Maxwell Smith, Justin Blair, and James Manfield. Those are all our new firefighters. Congratulations to them. Welcome aboard. I was also interviewed by ABC Channel 7 news reporter John Garcia about the Illinois legislative session ending without a deal in place to keep the Bears in Illinois. Interviewed by NBC Channel 5 anchor Marianne Ahern about the Illinois legislative session ending without a deal in place to keep the Bears in Illinois. Zoom interview with WGN News, they're in the back right now, about the Illinois legislative session ending without a deal in place to keep the Bears in Illinois. Interview with CBS News reporter Charlie Del Mar about the Illinois legislative session ending without a deal in place to keep the Bears in Illinois. Met with Decennial Data Center developers regarding the 4-month extension signed earlier this year and the likelihood they will meet the 6/30 deadline. I imagine we're going to probably talk about that. Meeting with Zeke Cameron, a 16-year-old Hammond resident who wants to be Hammond's mayor one day. His mom, dad, and Zeke met with me for 30 minutes. We had a great conversation. He's an impressive young man. Lunch with Randy Palmatier, head of the Northwest Indiana Building and Construction Trade Council, regarding the multiple projects pending in Hammond, in particular the Decennial Data Center, as well as the Bear Stadium proposal. Interviewed by Molly and Ha on the Score Sports Radio show about the Illinois legislative session ending without a deal in place to keep the Bear in Illinois. Lunch with David Fagan, Local 150 Operating Engineers Business Agent, regarding the multiple projects pending in the city of Hammond. Zoom interview with Indianapolis News reporter and talking head Abdul Shabazz about the Illinois legislative session ending without a deal in place to keep the Bears in Illinois. Attended the meeting regarding the development across the street from the Sportsplex that will take the place of Petro's Restaurant. Attended a meeting with Chris Campbell, President and Board of Directors member of Centier Bank, and Jessica Watts, who's Centier's VP and Public Funds Officer, regarding Hammond business happenings. Attended Mayor Pete Land, State of the City in Crown Point, Indiana, on behalf of the city of Hammond. He held it outside at the Bulldog Pavilion. Very cool. Very neat setup in Crown Point. Attended the Hammond Police Department promotion ceremony. Promoted the following officers. Promoted Jeffrey Long to become Chief of Police. Promoted Assistant Chief Christopher Godey to become Assistant Chief. Promoted Rich Ray to become Captain of Patrol. Congratulations, Rich, in the back of the room there. Promoted Jason Schaffbuck to become Captain of the Detective Bureau. Promoted Sean Ford to become Lieutenant of Special Victims and Violent Crimes Unit in CID. Promoted Scott Denny to become Patrol Shift Lieutenant in Patrol. Promoted Eusebio Gonzalez to become Community Affairs Lieutenant. Promoted Jeffrey Miller to become Criminal Investigations Afternoon Lieutenant and Technology Lieutenant. Promoted James Onahan to become the Criminal Investigations Technology Lieutenant. Promoted Walter Peterson to become Patrol Shift Lieutenant. Promoted Arthur Laniker Sr. to become Master Sergeant at Patrol. Promoted Timothy Kreischer to become Sergeant, Criminal Investigations. And last but not least, promoted Simon Seba to becoming Sergeant of SDU. Congratulations to those officers. That's a lot. I'm not sure how many questions you have. I know there's a lot of stuff coming up. Hi, Councilman, how you doing?
Thank you. Well, congratulations to all the officers and fire department staff that got promoted. I would have liked to be there, but I was at a ribbon cutting at Cal College at the same time.
Yep.
So congratulations to all of them. And then just going back to Decennial real quick, excited to hear that it looks good for meeting that June 30th deadline. And should all that happen and they go forward, have they offered to help create green space out in that area of the city on the lakefront or for the Veteran Memorial Park or otherwise?
Thank you, Councilman. I know right before I walked in here, my Chief of Staff, Scott, told me that he talked with the ownership of that group and they committed to the green space that goes around the data center, right, Scott? So separate from the incentive package we worked out with them.
Okay, so
Which is good news.
that is good news. So in keeping with that, we're still going to have that Veteran Memorial Park, some form of that happen out there as well.
I know that there was a study done by, was it PN, who did that? By Purdue Northwest.
Yeah.
And I know that the terms of that they committed to. I don't think we've worked it out in detail, but they're aware of it and they've committed to it. And more because There's security concerns around data centers.
Sure.
And we're letting people go around the lake side of the data center. I didn't know if they'd be all right with that, and it seems like they are, which
Okay.
is good news. Now, I know that we have a resolution coming up in regards to this. Oh, excuse me, is it a resolution?
It is.
Thank you. Where you guys are approving the changes to the incentive agreement we made. I just want you all to know, and I'm sure you're aware of this, but I'll say it for the record while I'm here. We had a verbal agreement over a 20-year period where we were getting $4 million a year, and then we incentivized that, we memorialized it, and then we came up with another verbal agreement with the $25 million. The $80 million over 20 years is memorialized. The $25 million up front is not. It's been approved by decennial, it's been approved by redevelopment. If you approve it, it'll be part of our development agreement, okay? Now, this whole thing could fall apart at the end of the month if they don't meet their deadline, so. But without you guys approving that $25 million payment, it will not be part of our agreement with them, so we need to put that in there. So I hope you'll consider that today.
Thank you.
And if we get those community impact payments we're talking about, I expect to sit down and work this out with the council so that we could figure out a good plan for good projects to come up with that, okay?
Thanks.
Because we work together on everything, I don't expect that to be any different, so.
Thank you.
But while we're on that subject, Councilman Mark, they may not meet this deadline, okay? They may not. They're scrambling. I know they're scrambling right now, and I've been firm. You know, I think they've had plenty of time. I've been strong, and I've talked to you all about it, and if they need an extension, it's something we're gonna have to talk about, but I prefer not to. I think it's time to move on if they can't get it done by the end of the month, so.
I remember you saying that this was the last extension.
Yes, sir.
so-
And when we said that, it was like February.
Yeah.
And they had plenty of time to get it done. And here we are in June and everybody's scrambling, so I'm not sure they're gonna hit it. And if they don't hit it, I mean, we've said all along that we're gonna kill the deal, so that's something I imagine we're gonna have to contemplate. But I think it's important tonight that you amend the incentive agreement by including the $25 million community impact payment, so, thank you. Any other questions? Been a pleasure. See y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please excuse me, my sinuses, I'm coughing here like crazy, but I can assure you I'm okay. Moving on to distribution of scholarship awards. Councilwoman Alexander.
Alrighty, I'm going to be calling you all up one by one. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna state your name and what college you plan on attending and what you plan on majoring in for the record of everyone here. And I'm going to start with Joy Kakish. She is from Hammond Central.
Hi, my name is Joy, and I will be attending Indiana University Northwest for dental hygiene.
Congratulations.
Next up will be Jocelyn Rosado from Hammond Central. Both of them are from the 1st District.
I'm Jocelyn Rosado, and I will be looking to attend University of Illinois Chicago for nursing.
Next up will be Jalissa Cabela from Hass, 2nd District.
Good evening, my name is Jalissa, and I am attending Indiana University Northwest for pre-radiologic sciences. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Next up will be Julie Ortiz from Hammond Central, 2nd District. Her mom is here to represent her.
I'm here accepting for Julie Ortiz. She's going to PNW and for English.
Then we have Jory Lawson from Hammond Central, 3rd District.
Okay, hi. I'm Jory. I'm going to Butler University, and I'm going to study psychology. Thanks.
Wonderful.
Next, we'll have Farrah Pickett from Hammond Central, 3rd District.
Hi, my name is Farrah Pickett, and I am going to be attending Prairie View University up in Texas, and I'm going to be majoring in biology.
Is a representative here for Christian Rodriguez, or is Christian here? Okay. Is a representative here for Jasmine Sanchez? Okay. Just wanted to check that beforehand. Next up will be Trinity Williams from Haas, 4th District.
Hello, my name is Trinity Williams. I will be attending Morgan State in Maryland, and I'm majoring in nursing.
Next up, we'll have Gabriela De Leon Valderramos. Her mom is here to represent her.
Hello. It's on the EV Tech Community College in ultrasound technician. Thank you.
Technician, got you. And I'm sorry, Gabriela is from Hammond Central in the 5th District. Is a representative here for Gerardo Maldonado? Oh, you're here. Awesome. Gerardo is from Morton, 5th District.
Hello, my name is Gerardo Maldonado. I will be attending Purdue Northwest, and I will be majoring in finance.
Next, we have Valeria Padilla from Morton, 5th District.
Hi, my name is Valeria Padilla. I will be attending Purdue Northwest for elementary education.
Is Ariana Williams here or a representative? Okay. Next up, we'll have Allison Flores from Morton, 6th District.
Hi, my name is Allison Flores. I'll be attending Calumet College of St. Joseph, and I'm majoring in elementary education.
Then also is Camila Martinez here, or a representative? Okay. If all scholarship recipients can come up, we want to take a quick picture. We're still on their record, so we don't have to change anything. So if they can come up, take a quick picture. You guys are going to come right on in here.
I'll entertain a motion to take a brief recess for the photos. So move.
Second.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All righty, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
They're like taller than me. The heels out over there? No heels at all? We're gonna need that All right. Congratulations.
I'm so glad I got past that.
So your graduation, I tried to get you. Let's talk. Oh. A little cousin graduated.
Nine.
Alrighty, I'll entertain a motion to return to the regular order of business.
Make a motion to return.
Already,
to regular
second.
regulations.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, approval of minutes.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from the May 26th meeting and place them on file.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Salinas, second by Councilman Emerson, to accept the minutes of the May 26th meeting. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to claims.
Madam President,
Councilman Rakos.
move to accept the register of claims, beginning with claims dated 5/20/26 and ending with claims dated 6/3/26. Claim number 4234 through claim number 4489, inclusive in the amount of $4,336,504.55.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Rakos, second by Councilman Tyler. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Clerk Golick, roll call vote, please.
Alexander.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes.
Rakos.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes. Motion carries 9 in favor, 0 opposed. Next is public hearings.
Item A, ordinance 26-15, an ordinance to appropriate funds in the hotel motel innkeepers tax for economic development purposes in 2026, sponsored by Councilman Spitali.
Anyone wishing to speak on ordinance number 2615, please approach the podium.
Anthony Higgs, former councilman of the 3rd District of the City of Hammond. My question in terms of the hotel motel innkeepers tax, how will that benefit those individuals that are applying for this particular one?
Anyone else wishing to speak on 2615? Anyone else? Anyone else? Public hearings is now closed. Moving on to communications. Any communications?
Madam President,
Councilman Warple?
I move that a letter was received and emails be so noted and placed on the record. We received one from Terry Stiegel.
Did we just receive it tonight?
I don't know. It was in my packet.
Okay.
Yeah, just put it in the file, whatever.
Place it on the file. So noted.
Any other communications?
Does he need a second?
Yes, Councilman?
Madam President, does he need a second on that?
No, I'm just asking the clerk to place it on, in part of the record. in the
Okay,
file.
is there a second? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, any other communications?
Madam President,
Yes, Councilman.
I have a few, so bear with me. I just want to announce that the annual Juneteenth festival will take place on Friday, June 19th at MLK Park at 12 p.m. From 12 to 2 p.m. There's a car show. There'll be food, music, fun, and giveaways. So once again, that's Friday, June 19th at 10 a.m. Sorry, the celebration begins at 10 a.m. and then the car and bike show is at 12 p.m. My apologies. Registration for the car and bike show is from 12 to 1, and judging is from 1 to 2. Once again, that's Friday, June 19th at MLK Park. I also want to thank the police department for hosting their open house this past weekend. I was able to take my twin boys there, and they had a lot of fun learning more about our police department. Of course, the fire department was well represented there too. So thank you for both fire department and police department for always being so open to engage with our community in opportunities like that. And then my last announcement is on, I believe it's a Thursday, June 25th at 5:30 p.m. right here in the council chambers. They'll be hosting the Memorial Park lot auction. So everybody has been asking when that auction will take place. I believe there's 26 lots that'll be up for auction, and that'll take place at 5:30 p.m. on June 25th, right here in our chambers. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other communications?
Madam President,
Yes, Councilwoman.
I do want to piggyback off of what Councilman Tyler said about the open house for the police and fire. My nephew attended with my parents. I was stuck with graduation, but they had an amazing time. They raved about it, so I want to give kudos to that. He came back stoked about the event, so he's still talking about it. And then I also want to congratulate all of our graduates for the city of Hammond for the class of 2026.
Thank you. Any other communications?
Madam President,
Yes, Councilman.
I attended the police open house and especially enjoyed the canine presentation. It's amazing what those dogs can do.
Any other communications? And I would also like to piggyback on that. I too attended, me and Roscoe, my dog, and he enjoyed seeing all the children, and he tried to make friends with some of the canine officers, but they weren't so much interested. But the police department always does an outstanding job. I saw some of the Facebook Live feed and what they, up in the Community Affairs Office, all the things that they were telling the residents. One thing that was a little bit disappointing to me from a resident standpoint is that when they ask questions of the residents, have you gone to any other things in the city? And nobody did anything. Nobody raised their hand, no crime watch meetings, no other community meetings. We need to engage in our city in order to keep it safe, in order to keep it vibrant, and that is my only request of our residents. So, any other communications?
It's always,
Yes, Councilman.
the police officers are off, and that's I can tell you. And there were quite a few more this time than we had time ago. So you guys did a good job, I'm telling you. We got the best.
Yeah,
Especially
always.
back there.
Always. All righty.
Madam
Thank you.
President, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
Councilman.
Yes, this weekend, Friday and Saturday, June 5th and 6th, HC3's Live in the Ville. Many things going on there, but also on Saturday, June 13th, from 12:30 to 2:30 and it also is at Hessville Park, 7200 Kennedy this year. Meet Hammond police officers and Hammond firefighters and emergency vehicles from 12:30 to 2:30. That's on Saturday. On Friday, it begins at 5 o'clock. All kinds of different things to do for the kids and the family. Also, going to start at noon on Saturday and go to 11 o'clock. Lots of different activities. That includes the police officers and firefighters at 12:30 on Saturday. Thank you.
All righty. Any other communications? Any other communications? Any other communications? Communications are now closed. Moving on to committee reports. Economic
President?
development.
Okay, go ahead.
Madam President,
Yes, Councilman.
Economic Development Committee will be bringing out 26-16.
Okay. And 2615? Okay, thank you. And also 26R11 is resolution, correct?
No.
Okay, that just comes up for final passage. Okay. Anything from the Plan Commission? Councilman?
No, ma'am.
Did not meet?
No.
Okay. Finance? Councilman Warple?
We did not meet this time.
Okay. Capital improvements?
We did not meet. Thank you.
Okay. Then I do have the Crime Watch meetings. East Hammond Pullman Crime Watch meeting will meet Tuesday, June 16th, 6 p.m. at the Ophelia Steen Center. Edison Community Watch, of course, is off for the summer because school is closed. Harrison Park Crime Watch will not meet until September 1st due to a whole series of events, including National Night Out that's coming up on August 4th. Hessville Crime Watch will meet Thursday, June 18th. Irving Community Watch will not meet because school is closed. South Holman Avenue Neighborhood Watch will not meet until probably September. Whiting Robertsdale Crime Watch will meet Thursday, June 11th, 6:30 p.m. at the Whiting Robertsdale Crime Watch. As I said earlier, I just would like to see more engagement in our from our community in some of the meetings that we offer with regard to our safety, and come out and meet your neighbors, because community is not just about me, it's about us. Community reports is now closed. Committee reports. Moving on to ordinance, third reading, final passage.
Ordinance number 26-15, sponsored by Councilman Spitali. An ordinance to appropriate funds in the Hotel Motel Innkeepers Tax Fund for economic development purposes in 2026.
Excuse me, is that not a resolution? Am I confused?
It's an ordinance.
Should we not be going to the introduction of ordinances, 2618?
It's 2615 is what we're passing. Ordinance 2615.
Okay, I'm sorry, my mistake. Yes, Clerk Golick, you're correct. All righty, Councilman Spitali?
Yeah, move a final set for 2615.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Spitali, second by Councilman Emerson for final passage of 2615. Any discussion?
President?
Yes, Councilman.
Yeah, I sponsor this ordinance annually to appropriate funds in the Hotel Motel Innkeepers Tax Fund and Economic Development. Innkeepers, also the tax fund, is used for marketing purposes, promotional, evidence, and habitat, and to advance economic development, city of Hammond. That's the wrong thing on it. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Any discussion? Did I, who seconded that? Okay, thank you. Any discussion? Any discussion?
Madam President,
Yes, Councilman.
the question was asked in the public hearing of how do you go about applying for this? This has nothing to do with applying for anything. This has to do with the city's portion of the hotel motel innkeeper's tax. And all we're doing is we're taking it from the we're appropriating it from the operating balance of the innkeeper's tax and appropriating it to the hotel motel fund. And it's in the amount of $12,628.67.
Thank you. And Councilman Spitali, did you not say that that was used for promotional purposes? That is correct. So, asked and answered, former councilman. Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Clerk Golick, roll call vote, please.
Alexander.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes.
Rakos.
Yes.
Venez.
Yes. 2615 passes, 9 in favor, 0 opposed.
Ordinance 26-16, sponsored by Councilman Kalwinski. An ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Hammond, Indiana, upon recommendation of the Hammond Economic Development Commission, designating a certain area within the city as an economic development target area pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1.1-12.1.
Madam President,
Yes, Councilman.
I move for third reading and final passage of 26-16.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Kalwinski, second by Councilman Salinas. Any discussion?
Madam President,
Yes, Councilman.
this is for the property from 1719, I believe, to 1733 Indianapolis Boulevard, where a laundromat, a Dairy Bell, and another building will be put up on these properties. So this is designating that economic development area for this improvement. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Councilman, I would just like to say that the North Side is going to be thrilled with Dairy Bell. They're a couple blocks from my house, and I'm a regular customer. If there's no further discussion, Clerk Golick, roll call vote, please.
Alexander.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes.
Rakos.
Yes.
Venez.
Yes. Motion carries 9 in favor, 0 opposed.
President Venez, that concludes the ordinances for final passage.
All righty. Now, introduction of ordinances.
Item A, ordinance 26-18, sponsored by Councilman Warple. An ordinance of the City of Hammond to amend Title 7, Chapter 72, Section 72.003 of the Hammond Municipal Code as it pertains to parking prohibited in certain areas, bicycle lanes.
Madam President,
Yes, Councilman.
I move to put this in first and second reading.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Councilman Morples, second by Councilman Kalwinski, for first and second reading of 2618. Any discussion?
Madam President,
Yes, Councilman.
what this has to do with is parking prohibited in certain areas. And I'm not going to read all the whereases, but we're looking to make it an ordinance that parking will be prohibited in certain areas. No person shall park, stand, or park a vehicle except when necessary to avoid conflict with other traffic or in compliance with the law or directions of a police officer or traffic control device. Places listed below: on a sidewalk, in front of a public or private driveway, within an intersection, within 15 feet of a fire hydrant, on a crosswalk, within 20 feet of a crosswalk at an intersection, within 30 feet upon the approach to any flashing beacon, stop sign, or traffic control signal located at the side of a roadway. Between a safety zone and an adjacent curb or within 30 feet of a point of curb, immediately opposite the ends of a safety zone. Within 50 feet of the nearest rail of a railroad crossing, within 20 feet of a driveway entrance to any fire station, and within 75 feet on the side of the opposite side of the entrance of a fire station, alongside or opposite any street excavation or obstruction when standing or stopping or parking would obstruct traffic. On the roadway side of any vehicle stopped or parked on the edge of a curb of a street, on a bridge or other elevated structure on a highway or within a highway tunnel. At any place where an official sign prohibits stopping, standing, or parking. Within 50 feet of the center of any entrance or exit gate of any industrial plant. On a parkway where curbs exist, including both sides of 169th Street from Northcott Avenue to Osborne. The traffic engineer of the city and the Department of Traffic Engineering is hereby empowered and directed to install signage, barriers, painted marks, and any other device deemed appropriate and prohibit parking on parkways in the vicinity of all intersections along both sides of 169th Street from the intersection of Northcott Avenue east through the intersection of Osborne. No person shall stand, stop, or park a vehicle in any designated area provided as any division in Q1 up above, or in or on any bicycle lane, buffered bicycle lane, green bicycle lane, or areas where bicycles are intended for primary use of that roadway. Those are places that the ordinance covers as far as where they cannot park. Thank you.
Thank you. So you were the first, who was the second, Councilman Kalwinski? Any discussion?
Oh, you have to repeat that?
Any other discussion? I would just like to say thank you, Councilman Warple, for reading through all of those. I think for the most part, all of it is common sense. And one of the things that precipitated us to revisit this ordinance was a complaint that we got at a Crime Watch meeting about people parking in the bicycle lane down Holman Avenue, which seems kind of duh to me, but I guess some people need to have it spelled out for them. And this gives the police the authority to ticket them for parking in those lanes. So thank you to everyone involved. Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Clerk Golick, roll call vote, please.
Alexander. Yes. Spitali.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes.
Rakels.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes. Motion carries 9 in favor, 0 opposed.
President Vines, that concludes the introduction of ordinances.
Okay, moving on to resolutions.
Item A, Resolution 26R-13, sponsored by Councilman Kalwinski. A resolution of the Hammond Common Council approving the payment set forth in the Community Impact Agreement made by and between the City of Hammond, Indiana, the City of Hammond Redevelopment Commission, and Decennial Group, LLC. Sponsored by Councilman Kalwinski.
Yes, Councilman.
I move for passage of 26R-13.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Kalwinski, second by Councilman Spitali, I believe that was. Any discussion?
Madam President,
Yes, Councilman.
This resolution is an amendment to the agreement. Originally, Decennial Redevelopment and the city made an agreement to have Decennial pay the city $4 million a year for 20 years, which would equal $80 million after that period of time lapsed. And so this is an amendment to that, adding another $25 million to that. So the total package is $105 million from Decennial to the city through redevelopment. And the resolution also outlines the schedule of the payments as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Clerk Golick, roll call, please.
Alexander.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes.
Riekels.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes. Motion carries 9 in favor, 0 opposed.
Item B, Resolution 26R-14, sponsored by Councilwoman Vines and Councilman Spitali. A resolution of the Hammond City Council approving certain Form CF-1s for the January 1, 2026 assessment date as timely filed with the Common Council of the City of Hammond as the designating body by applicants previously approved for economic revitalization area deductions of assessed valuation pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1.1-12.1.
Alrighty. Councilman Spitali?
Yes.
Final passage? Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Councilman Spitali, second by Councilman Riekels. Any discussion?
Madam President,
Yes, Councilman.
I know there's been talk about tax abatements and whether or not we should grant them. 2 of them on this sheet, well, actually 4 of them on this sheet, are in the 5th District, and they're expiring this year. This is the last year of 10-year abatements. The one that stands out to me in particular was Corellis Roofing. When I first got on the council, I was asked if I was in favor of a tax abatement, and I had to get a crash course on what they actually were. So I utilized Councilman Hammond back there and asked him to explain them to me. And without getting too deep into the weeds, he basically said no matter what, if it's a 3, 5, or 10-year tax abatement, unless there's other things involved, that you collect exactly half of the normal taxes you would. And I asked him, I said, what should I do? And he goes, do you want half the taxes for Corellis Roofing over a 10-year period? Or do you want them to move to Griffith where they bought that property and get no money on that property? And I chose to go ahead and sponsor this, and they've been a great partner. They kept every word that they said about hiring practices and employment of Hammond residents, and kind of find it ironic that the company came to us and said, we bought land in another area, can you help us out? And we did. Because I think there's a few towns on the other side of the border that are talking about that right now. Thank you.
Sure. Any other discussion?
Well, one last thing on that, Madam
Yes.
President. Just in this last year of their tax abatement, they are actually paying 95% of what they normally would have had we not given an abatement altogether. So, thank you.
Thank you. And similarly with American Stair, I had an opportunity to visit them back a couple of years ago. Outstanding company, outstanding work. They hire Hammond people. Just a real asset to our city, as are these other others on the list. And just for the record, this is an annual report that must be filed with the county every year with regard to the abatements and to make sure that the companies are holding up their end of the bargain. So, yes,
American
Councilman.
Stair did come from Illinois.
Pardon me?
American Stair came from Illinois to Indiana.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Clerk Golick, roll call vote, please.
Alexander.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes.
Rakos.
Yes.
Venez.
Yes. Motion carries 9 in favor, 0 opposed.
President
Moving on.
Venez, that concludes the reading of the resolutions.
Thank you. Moving on to new and unfinished business.
Madam President,
Yes, Councilman.
this Thursday at Oil Stadium, the Hammond Police Department is playing a baseball game against the Razzles at 6 p.m. And June 11th, I'm sorry, Thursday, June 11th. Well, one says 6 p.m. and the other says 7, so come at 5:30.
Okay, and who is this that's playing?
It's the Region Razzles. I'm assuming it's something like the Banana Rama, whatever.
Okay.
Playing the Hammond Police Department. Is it a baseball game or a softball game? Baseball. Fast pitch? Kind of. There you go.
Well, if it's anything like the Bananas, it'll be fun.
Yep.
So, okay.
And then one other thing, under new and unfinished business, because I had a few questions asked about what's going on Kennedy Avenue as you come from Highland into Hammond. They are on the northbound side right now. They're making cutouts because there's going to be a 2-year bridge reconstruction project beginning, and they want to keep it open in 1 lane in each direction. So I'm assuming the northbound side, they've cut out some air and put some blacktop down to make it a little bit wider there coming out of, I call it River Park, but Oxbow Landing. And then there'll be traffic on that side going in both directions, 1 lane in each direction, while they close the other side down and redo the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Madam
Any
President?
other new and unfinished business?
Madam President?
Yes, Councilwoman.
I noticed on the agenda that public expression is not there. I'm making a motion that we add public expression after item number 14 to be added for the public to be able to speak today.
Second.
Okay, motion by Councilwoman Alexander, second by Councilman Tyler to add public expression to the agenda. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Excuse me. Any other new and unfinished business? Any other new and unfinished business? Any other new and unfinished business? New and unfinished business is now closed. Special zoning action adopted under Indiana Code 36-7. There is nothing. Now, for public expression. So, first one on the list is Anthony Higgs. Lives on Morris Street.
Anthony Higgs, former councilman of the 3rd District of the City of Hammond. First, I would like to say, formerly sitting on the council, being very active within the community, I stated some issues that concerned me last council meeting in terms of the Hammond Day. I also spoke to the mayor, and I plan to schedule a meeting. Secondly, a lot of the lies and a lot of the things that were said while I was sitting on the council, I feel it's very important to disclose this information and say that it was very offensive to me and my family. It hurt me emotionally and physically, in my span of spending years on the city council and committing my entire life to the city of Hammond, over 33 years. Some of the acts and actions of some of the people within this organization and throughout the city was unprofound and disrespectful. Not only do I take care of myself, but an elderly parent that happens to be 83 years old. The actions that were taken were just ridiculous and uncalled for. It's entitlement to any individual to run for an office and win. That's fine. But some of the actions that were taken during my tenure on the council was totally disrespectful and offensive to me. For that, I had to go to the Lord and ask him to cleanse my heart and forgive those individuals. Because what would it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? I will continue to work for the betterment of the city of Hammond and for my constituents, in which I will continue to represent for the rest of my life, long as I live in the city of Hammond. I hope next year's election is a fulfilled one, and I encourage people to get out and vote and be respectful in their passion of loving the city of Hammond. God bless.
Thank you, Councilman. Terry Stiegel.
My name's Terry Stiegel. I'm here on behalf of the Friends of Veterans Memorial Park. And we heard some great news tonight. The Chief of Staff, Scott Miller, brought the mayor some good news that the data center is going to foot the bill for completing this project that Barb Hargrove gave you guys a copy of last session. And this will take a brownfield and create a thing where we have industry and nature coming together. And there's only one thing I'd like to add to that is we also have ComEd over there still. And when the designer looked at this project, we looked at that big concrete wall over there by the archway. It's like a L. And the suggestions from the group was to probably, it would be nice to put a mosaic there. You know, one side could be the history where you have a mosaic of the old plant that was there, and maybe one side it could be nature, and create an atmosphere of art, and then the city could maybe reach out and get some artists involved, and the suggestion was a mosaic versus a mural, because the mosaic will hold up over time, where in the environment up there with the lake, a mural would probably not last long, but a mosaic would hold up and be a feature that would be a nice art feature to the park up there. So, hey, I want to thank everybody for putting their effort into this and accomplishing this. This is going to be a great thing. I think it's all going to come together at the last minute here, and you know, people put a lot of work into this. The young lady from Purdue, she did a fantastic job of putting this all together for us, and we need to a little shout out to her too, Lene McWilliams. So we just, like I said, it's finally good to have some joy. You know, we have so many things happening in the world right now where it's hard to find joy, and this can bring a little joy to people. So thank you.
Thank you. Next is Barb Hargrove and Coolidge.
Thank you. My name is Barb Hargrove, and I live in Coolidge in the 4th District. And I want to thank Mark Klawinski for heading this resolution. We are so excited. You all just rock. I just want you all to know that. I know you hear bad things from everybody, but we're here tonight to bring joy. Because people do not just move to a city or an area because of a job or whatever. They come there for a quality of life. And we just feel this project has been a true quality of life. And I want to thank Councilman Salinas for his wonderful Thursday markets. I mean, people are telling me all over the place, "Barb, you gotta go." You know, so I mean, we're doing great things, and we just need to keep building on it, because, like Terry said, the rest of the country is just really going to. Anyways, so we are doing good things at Hammond, and we want to continue. And if there's anything that our group needs to do to help you all to move on with this, we are ready and available. Thank you again so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. Next, Mary Shones in Wabash.
Councilwoman Venez, I appreciate not saying what street I'm on. If there is something in the Hammond City Code that says that my address must be given out, then please show it to me. So what I'm just like the wheeling and dealing that has been going on. I actually hope the stadium does well. I mean, I hope that the project does well. I just think, man, all this like back scratching and running down to Indianapolis, imagine if that energy was spent opening our schools back up. Because honestly, like, for a quality of life in the city, we're not going to be able to grow our population until we can fix our schools. Right now, we're in a situation where Hammond is a very friendly place to do business. Okay, but businesses only help our residents if they are taxed to a proportion of their income. Otherwise, we hold up the business instead of the business holding up us. And we're really getting squished by it. I mean, in our city, we've lost 8% of our population since Mayor McDermott has been mayor. Our federal poverty line is $33,000 for our family of four, and 1 out of 5 of our residents does not clear that line. So maybe there's a different vision for our city. Like, imagine if businesses were taxed to a proportion of their income, or people. Maybe we could have a 12-to-1 or a student-teacher ratio in our schools. We can have dedicated planning periods and paraprofessionals in our classrooms. We wouldn't have teachers like teaching upwards of 30 kids with no planning periods, no time to even use the bathroom. This prosperity that is happening around here is not translating to the people who live here. Maybe it's a good place to do business, but then the people in the business are like, oh man, these schools are a mess. I'm not enrolling my kids here. And the teachers are trying as hard as they possibly can. But maybe we can have, if we had a lower student-teacher ratio, maybe we can open up some schools. Anyway, I had much more to say on that, but I want you all to have a good night, and I do hope this works out. But don't forget our Hammond residents along the way. Thank you.
George Stoya.
George Stoya, Robertsdale. To echo what Mary just said, I don't think anybody opposes or objects to, at least not in principle, tax abatements and the like, and tax breaks and all that stuff. I think what we object to is subsidizing these corporate scions of capitalism, and that are, they're not paying their fair share. And what happens is we get nickel and dime to death with taxes on this, fees bumped on this, and we're making it all up. And like Mary just said, we're carrying them and supporting them, and they're not instead of them supporting, the Commonwealth. And that's what we object to. Is, if you're going to come here and do business, carry your own load. It's all fine and dandy. I heard Councilman Werpel say that I guess these things are amortized over a 10-year period, 20-year period, whatever, and we're finally at the point with one anyway, where he's going to pay 95% of the taxes he would normally pay. Well, whoopee-doo, thank you. Thank you. In addition to that, moving on to a different subject, well, the idea is that they're externalizing their costs, these businesses. That's the big problem. It's just like all corporations do when they can. They externalize. They shift it on to somebody else. Anyway, let's see here. With respect to the new parking ordinance, will there be adequate signage? How are people going to know? Or is this a revenue scam where nobody knows how far from 20 feet, 15 feet, 10 feet? What's reasonable is in the eye of the beholder. You can sit there and say common sense dictates that he's got to be 30 feet away from a certain entrance, 20 feet away, and he gets a ticket. He doesn't know. Is there going to be signage? That'll let the guys know. How are we supposed to second guess where you can park, where you can't park? As for bicycle paths, that's the mayor's thing. Obviously, you don't want to put a car in the middle of one, but I guess you don't need a sign for. But some of the other stuff, you don't need a sign for a car parked in front of somebody's driveway. That should be common sense. But some of this other stuff, 20 feet from this corner or that corner, how are we supposed to know? I don't know. So I don't know what to say there. Just adequate signage, adequate notice. That's reasonable. Also, I want to thank Councilwoman Katrina for putting public expression on the agenda. I wonder why it wasn't on there in the first place.
We're hiding it.
Public expression.
Did I stutter
anyone
when
else?
I read that?
Pardon me?
Did I stutter when I read that about signage?
Just one moment. Anyone else for public expression? Public expression is now closed, and I will entertain a motion to return to the regular order of business.
I make that motion.
Councilman, is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Motion by Councilman Warple, second by Councilman, who was it? Emerson. Thank you. All those in favor?
You have to do roll call.
Roll call vote, please. I'm sorry, Clerk Golick.
Alexander.
Yes.
Kelly. Kowinski.
Yes.
Linus.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes.
Rachel. Inez.
Yes, motion carries 9 in favor, 0 opposed. Councilman Warple.
Madam President,
Yes.
I took the time to read the ordinance. Not only did I take the time to read the ordinance, but it's online.
Thank you.
And it clearly states in there that the engineering department will provide signage. And
Correct.
it's one thing to have to sit here and listen to the truth get twisted. It's another thing to have to sit here and listen to people that just like to hear themselves talk.
You're out of order. I'm sorry, you're out of order. You had your opportunity during public expression. Anything else, Councilman?
No, that's it.
I do have something to say. Obviously, individuals do not understand that the school city and the civil city are two separate taxing entities. The civil city has nothing to do with the closing of schools. That was a decision made by the school city. We have nothing to do with that. For those who attend the meetings, you have heard the mayor talk that he has tried to engage with the school board of the city of Hammond. They kept blowing him off, blowing him off, blowing him off. He sent a letter to them. Apparently, they did finally meet and did not reach any solid conclusion. So it is the school city who is responsible for the decline in the schools and not the city of Hammond, the civil city of Hammond. that just infuriates me to hear that when we are being held responsible for the actions of what the school city does. Elections are coming up for the school city, for the school board. Hey, next week signatures have to be turned in. Put your hat in the ring. Find out what's going on. Why are these schools closed? Why is it that our school city population is dropping off? Explain that to me. I don't have anything to do with the school city of Hammond. We did at one time have very qualified people on the school board, and can't deal with the nonsense. It's just not worth it. So, anything else under new and unfinished business? Yes, Clerk.
President Vines, there was a disparaging remark regarding the absence of the public speaking on the agenda. I take full responsibility for that when I prepared it, and it was inadvertently admitted. There was nothing behind the fact that it wasn't on the agenda. It was an admission on my part, and I apologize to the council and the public. Thank you.
Clerk Golick, that's why God put erasers on pencils. Anything else under new and unfinished business?
Yes, Madam President.
Yes, Councilman.
I would like to back you up in what you just said. The school board, I used to work for the school city, and you know, I back you up in what you just said. Probably, we have nothing to do with the school city, and apply to run for the school board if you want to.
Thank you. Anything else under new and unfinished business?
Madam President.
Yes, Councilwoman.
Since we're on that topic really quick, as an educator in the room, a lot of things don't happen just from a school board's perspective. It also comes from our state government. When funding is being cut from the state, it affects our public schools. So it doesn't just happen inside of our school boards, it happens from a state perspective. And when states do not help fund public education, we get all these other things. So if we're going to talk about the dynamics, let's talk about all of the dynamics. And that is, states fund public schools, so does our taxes. So when things don't happen, yes, as an educator, we want to see more things happen in our schools, but guess what? It takes some things to happen downstate to make it happen here.
Thank you. Thank you. Anything else under new and unfinished business?
Madam President.
Yes, Councilman.
Just 2 quick points. I want to echo what Councilwoman Alexander said and just share that I've been working in education for close to 20 years now. And there are different opportunities where municipalities and schools districts work together in different ways, whether that is on a policy agenda or some other funding opportunity. So I just do want to share that, like, there are possible opportunities, but to your earlier point, if there's no communication, if there's no collaboration, then we can't make those things happen. So I just wanted to offer that like there are probably things that more things that we could do as a council, as a civil city, but that does take people coming to the table to want to sit down and engage with us in that way. I'm not pointing the finger at anybody, I'm just stating the fact. The other thing I want to share is that in relation to Ordinance 26-18, I just want to clarify that I know Councilman Warple read the entire ordinance. The only thing that was added, it's an amended ordinance, so the only thing that was added is the language around the bicycle lanes and no parking in the bicycle lanes. Everything else here was already included in the original ordinance. So when Councilman Warple talked about no parking on the sidewalk, in front of a public or private driveway, everything from item A through Q, all of those things were already listed in the original ordinance. The only thing that's changing now is to add no parking in the bicycle lane. So hopefully people are familiar with the original ordinance since it's been around. I don't have the exact date, but it's not changing. But also, like he added, the engineering department and the streets department can add additional markings or signage where they feel it's needed if people don't understand that there are certain areas that they can't park in. So I'm sure those departments will work together to identify where those areas exist and then try to, they don't want to ticket more people, they don't want to tow more cars, they just want to make people compliant with the law. So I'm sure they'll work together to figure it out. Thank you.
And it is online. Is there a motion to go back to the regular order of business?
So moved.
Second? Second by Councilman Kalwinski. Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander. Satella. Kowalski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes.
Rakos.
Yes.
Benes.
Yes. Motion carries 9 in favor, 0 opposed. Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Everyone have a good evening.
Good job, Jay. Great job.